All right, so another thing that needed to be talked about is that while Trump's talking about criminal justice reform, why hasn't he talked about the fact that Twitter and all these other big tech giants are silencing people that they deem that their speech is not worth hearing? Why hasn't he talked about that? That's I would say almost as big, which maybe is in the same ballpark, as big as the immigration thing, the illegal immigration thing. That's huge. Why is he still using Twitter and not Gab? Why is he still doing that? See, but people will sit back and just constantly say, "Oh well, it's all part of a grand scheme." I actually had someone in the comment section on my last Trump video say, "One thing at a time." It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. You will constantly give this dude because you're a fan, like I've said it in previous videos. You're a fan, and since you're a fan, you won't actually castigate him when he does something, when he's not doing the right thing. Like I've said before, and I don't think this should have to be said over and over. Like I said before, I'm with them on a lot of policies. I'm with them, but the big ones are not being sorted out. And the big one is illegal immigration, which I talked about in a video this morning, and the whole thing with Twitter and Facebook and Google and YouTube censoring speech, censoring search results, so that and they're trying to. This has been stuff that has actually they've been caught doing. When Trump won, they're crying. There were women crying at Google. The big heads were talking. This is going to be a hard time. It's what they said. Now they also just got caught talking about how they can help the 2018 midterms and the 2020 to help sway that. But yeah, they're talking about Russia, but here they are colluding with an actual party to keep another party out. That's same thing. What they say they're so worried about. I find that kind of funny. They say they're worried about collusion, but they're colluding. But the thing is that Trump hasn't said anything about this. Why hasn't he said anything about this? Why is he still, like I said before, why is he still using Twitter? Why is he not using Gab instead? Or just not tweeting at all and saying, hey, until this company stops banning people and talking about hate speech, I'm just not going to tweet on here. He could say that. But nope, he gets on there and tweets and is damn near incriminating himself in the process. But he'll get on there and do that for whatever reason. That's an issue. Why is he not talking about this issue? He wants to talk about, like I said before, we want to talk about criminal justice reform. We're talking about that, but we're not talking about the fact that all of these social media platforms are silencing conservatives and silencing thoughts that they just don't like. But we're just going to sit back and act like that's not a real big problem. That's what we're going to sit back and act like, right? Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and like I said before, let's stop being a fan. I guess we can still be a fan. We can still be a fan of Donald Trump, but let's just make it where he's not untouchable for criticism. He needs criticism. Like I said before, I'm a fan of my children. I'm a fan of my kids. But just being a fan, I'm not gonna fan out hard and not talk, and when they do something that's not good for them, I'm not gonna sit back and say, well, I'm just gonna sit back and just let them do whatever they want because I really love them. I really like them, so I'm just gonna let them do whatever they want to do. That's not love. That's not liking. If someone you like is doing something that's detrimental, then you need to call them out on that. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Like I said before, thoughts on that. Comment, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. All right.